My husband thinks I've been avoiding him for 6 weeks. I let him believe it, because I didn't know how else to explain the way I flinch when he touches my shoulder now. Every Tuesday night I tell him I'm at a work event. I come home late, quiet, and go straight to bed instead of watching our show like we always do. He's asked me twice why I've stopped laughing at his jokes the way I used to. Both times I said I was just tired from work. Both times I was lying about the reason, not the tiredness. Here's what he doesn't know. 6 weeks ago, I was going through an old box in the attic looking for our wedding album, and I found a storage unit key taped to the bottom of a shoebox, along with a receipt for a unit I'd never heard of, rented the same month we got engaged. I didn't ask him about it. I found the storage facility myself, 3 towns over, and started going on Tuesday nights instead of telling him what I'd found. I told myself I needed to see what was inside before I said anything, so I wouldn't accuse him of something that had an innocent explanation. The unit was full of boxes I didn't recognize, old letters, photographs of people I'd never seen, a box of children's clothes that looked decades old, and a name written on nearly everything inside, tucked into envelopes and taped to lids like whoever packed it needed to keep track of who it all belonged to. Not my husband's name, a woman's. I told myself I'd say something once I understood what I was looking at, so the truth would come with context instead of just suspicion. So the Tuesdays became routine, an hour going through boxes under a flickering light, then a drive home rehearsing questions I never asked out loud. My husband started noticing the pattern anyway. Same night, same lateness, the same distance at dinner. Last week he asked to see my phone and I let him, because there was nothing on it, since everything I'd found lived in a storage unit instead of a message thread. My mother called last weekend and asked, very carefully, if everything was okay between us. I told her we were just adjusting to a busy season at work, and for the first time in 6 weeks, my voice actually cracked enough that she went quiet on the other end. I almost asked him a dozen times. The words would get halfway up my throat every time he reached for my hand at dinner, and every time I swallowed them back down, terrified of what answer might come back. Yesterday, I found a folder at the bottom of the last box, sealed, with today's date written on the outside in handwriting that wasn't mine and wasn't his. I was sitting on the concrete floor of that storage unit, folder open in my lap, when the rolling door behind me creaked open, and I heard my husband's voice say my name.